Thanks to our studio audience for joining us today on Delmarva Life. To find out how you can become a member of our studio audience, visit delmarvalife.com and click on the Show tab or call the number on your screen, 443-880-9116.
Well, while hundreds of Delmarvans participated in the annual Penguin Swim in Ocean City New Year's Day, there was a UMES professor who spent the holiday with the real flightless birds that live at the bottom of the world.
Yeah, Dr. T.H. Bachman delivered guest lectures and served as an advisor to an eco-tour group that visited Antarctica. And Dr. Bachman joins us this afternoon on Delmarva Life.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Okay, first of all, what is an eco-tour?
Well, eco-tours take people to the pristine and remote areas of the world so that they can see and explore them firsthand. And in the process, of course, then they become people who say, oh my God, we've got to save this for the next generation. So, and it's very sustainable, smallest footprint you can make on the area, and that's what ecotourism is about.
Now, you are a professor at UMES.
Yes.
And how do you integrate these trips into what you teach?
I would say virtually every day I bring something into the classroom that I've learned on these trips in one of two ways. Either direct, I was there and I can comment on it, like yesterday I was talking about Napoleon, so I said, you know, St. Helena is not nearly as nasty as Napoleon and his followers want you to believe. It's a wonderful place. Or the other way is, because it's a small ship, 100 passengers, very intimate, you have a lot of time to interact with people who are very successful in their careers, know a lot about a lot of different things, whether it's he's the leading apple grower in Washington and you really learn about apples or something. And that's the second way. Most college professors don't have this kind of interaction because it's, you know, open seating, people invite you to dinner, and you really get a fantastic education, which I'm then able to pass along to my students.
Wow, that's exciting. Now, of course, so many people are fascinated with penguins and other wildlife down in Antarctica. You actually got up close and personal with some of them, and we see it in some of the pictures. Tell us about that.
Well, the rules are very, you know, Antarctica is the largest piece of the earth governed by international agreement, and we have rules about how we deal with the animals. So you have to stay 15 feet away from the penguins, but you can get good photographs at 15 feet. But the thing you do is you just sit down on the ground. The penguins don't have to obey the rules. They'll come right up to you. They have no land predator, so they have no fear of you. And to be honest with you, and I don't think this will come as a surprise, they don't have a really exciting life, okay? I mean, they're there, they're living in muck. They have to walk a half a mile to get someplace, and you know, you look exciting. And they'll come right up to you and pick out your boots, and so you really do get a close encounter in that way. And then in the Zodiacs, which are the little boats that we take from the ship to shore, not every ship makes landings, but the kinds I do are always making landings. But you also can get out in the Zodiacs, and in January I had probably the best whale experience where we watched whales feeding for about 30 minutes. They were just coming up and huge mouth open on the humpback. It was just astounding. So you really get a chance to see it. And what happens is people go to Antarctica and they want to come back and save it. And I also do other parts of the world, which not only helps me with my classes, because I go to Russia and Western Europe and Norway, but people really become ambassadors to preserve the wild parts of the earth.
Wow. Now, it's not just penguins. You have pictures of some other wildlife down there.
Yes, and you know, I'm no naturalist, but I can give you a quick rundown. If it's 15 feet long and it looks like a slug, it's an elephant seal. Okay. So you can't miss it. And better than that, there's only one kind of gull. So you always know the right gull when you're looking at it, even at 50 yards. You need a naturalist.
It's the right gull.
And then of course there's the leopard seal, which is the one you see on the nature show grabbing the penguin and shaking it out of its skin. And when they come out of the water and look at you, I mean, I was sitting from here to, you know, a little further than you, and one in a Zodiac in a boat. Little boat, which they have a tendency occasionally to bite a hole in just for fun. And he came out of the water and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I thought, I have never in my life felt so much like a Dorito. I mean, it was an astounding experience. And again, I am no naturalist, but when you watch these birds struggle to survive day after day in these horrible conditions, it's an incredible. It gives you an appreciation of nature, which I never got growing up.
My goodness, that is absolutely incredible. Well, you are also an author.
Yes.
And one of your most recent books is called Ages and Stages.
Yeah, I have written 4 books about the polar regions, and that's my main academic interest, but I've also written a collection of my short vignettes that I do, biographical vignettes, called Ages and Stages, and it just profiles people at a certain point in their life. Sometimes it's a triumph, sometimes it's a disaster, and each of the items is a discrete whole. So you can, it's a great book for travel. Pick it up, put it down, and hopefully the people who've read it have told me they enjoyed it. So
available by Amazon and on your Kindle.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Bachman.
Glad
and
to
if you'd
be
like to read more about Professor Bachman's trip, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
Doctor, thank you. Up next on Delmarva Life, getting ready for the big day, your wedding day.
Delaware's Capital Region Bridal Showcase 2012 is almost here. Kent County Tourism gives us a preview. That's next.
Delmarva Life, life at its best, right here on Delmarva.